Okay, we're back. Welcome back. Takes two. This is your host, Donna Taylor, here live from D Taylor Network. And we're going to try this again. And this time I'm going to allow my sis to send me an invite to join the live. And we're going to see if it will work that way. I hope you guys have been having an amazing day. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I had an amazing weekend celebrating my model sister and my sister Joni's 60th birthday / No Heels to Heels fashion show. It was phenomenal. I've been with her the whole 7 years doing red carpet interviews, and so I'm super excited that she entrusts us to do those. And so I'm going to wait for my sis to send me an invite to join the live. And we're going to get this done. But like I said, we're talking about loyalty. And guys, you have to excuse me, my allergies been crazy. So I'm going to give her a few minutes to come on and send me an invite, and then we're going to get started. But like I told you, loyalty is the quality of steadfast devotion and commitment to a person, cause, or entity, often involving strong emotional attachment. So, we want to know. Give me your definition, you all, that when you come on. What do you think loyalty is? So I'm going to wait for her to come on and see. And she's going to be able to send me an invite. And then we're going to get started. So listen, if you all have any upcoming events, just let us know. We will promote here on our platform. Also, if you know someone that has a story that they would like to share on this platform, let us know as well. So I'm just waiting for my sister to ask to join, and then we're going to get started. Yes, sis, loyalty. It's hard to find loyal people in the workplace, friendships, wherever. Sometimes it's hard to find people that will be loyal with you and stand by you when times get tough, or even just when you really need them. Not always in the good times or when everybody is up, so to speak. So I'm going to wait for my sister to get on, and then we're going to get started. Hope you guys have had an amazing week. It's already Tuesday. So I'm going to wait for her. But it never fails when me and my sister get together. Every time, it never fails. For some odd reason, her and I always have a time getting on. And we always know when we come together and we touch and agree, it's always powerful. So I'm just waiting. So we're going to wait and see what happened, and if she can send me an invite. Okay. Well, I'm going to send you another one. I'm getting ready to send you another invite, sis. So I just sent you another invite, and we're going to try again. But as always, you know, we will get there. So no worries. So while we're waiting, you guys can tell me what is your definition of loyalty, and what do you feel about that? So just put it in the comments so we can see. comment so we can see. What is loyalty to you and what does it mean to you? Karina, I sent you a... Oh, okay. I don't know how that works. Oh. Listen, we be finding out some stuff. It always be trial and error.
It never
Listen,
fails.
listen.
Never, ever
You
fails.
listen. That's what I was going to say. You always know.
Always.
It never. I always say when me and you do these podcasts, and I had another girl. I don't know if you've seen Maya on here. She had a powerful testimony as well. And let me tell you, I couldn't even. We couldn't even get on.
So I want to tell you that even though I'm on with you, I can't see you.
What?
Remember how we had the same problem
And
last
listen, and I
time?
got a hope. And see, I can see you because remember last time I couldn't see you. Listen, we bet. Yay. Hey. That's what Sheila said. And Sonia said, I asked them what was their definition of loyalty. And
Can't see.
Sonia said unselfishness, devotion. But girl, how come you can't see me, sis?
I
Because you
don't
remember
know,
last
but
time
so
I couldn't see you, and it drove me
yeah.
crazy.
So right now I have my laptop because I was trying to get on from the laptop and I couldn't find on the laptop the option to join. And I'm
Uh-huh.
literally looking through the buttons or whatever, and I couldn't find it. So now I'm on my phone, but I have the laptop so that I can at least see your face.
Girl, why do we have to go through this? Listen,
Look,
well, at least I can see your beautiful
because the
face. You
devil
can
don't want us to ever join. That's the problem.
never ever. So, how have you been?
So I will excuse you guys. Have never seen me lay down, but right now my
Yes.
back is on absolute fire. The bottom right
Do you
is
have
literally
sciatica?
like pinching me to the point that I am screaming if I move just if I just wiggle my toe, whatever. But we are going to get through this because we ain't going to let the devil do this to us.
Oh no,
We never
never,
do
never,
anyway.
never. We got this. So, I've been seeing you do your thing. You and hubby, I love it.
Thank you. So, okay, question, because you asked me what I've been up to. I have a question. Do you remember the last time we spoke? Because I can't remember.
Um, the last time we spoke,
What month?
oh, it's been a minute.
Was it before May?
I think so because you were doing different shows and what was you doing? I know you had some upcoming shows doing like dressing people.
All right. So, needless to say, let's say we spoke before May. I now have chickens. I am a chicken mama.
Oh yeah, no, we did. You had chickens.
We talked about my
Yep,
chickens.
yep, you had
Okay.
chickens.
So now they're laying eggs. I will say I did lose one chicken last Wednesday.
Oh no.
My dog killed her.
Oh,
But anyway, I don't even want to get into that because I'm gonna start crying. But um my dog killed her, and after we have been so careful with everything, this literally the dog got out while they were free ranging.
oh.
And yeah, Milo has is not my favorite person right now.
Yeah, Milo is
And
in the doghouse. Literally.
yeah, he is not my favorite person right now. And he's always kind of had it for the chickens, which is something that, either you're, Henry's cool Mo D, as I've always said before. But Milo's never really taken to the chickens. He's always looked at them as prey, you know?
Right, right.
So we were always very, very careful. And then to lose Snickers to Milo, when I tell you I wanted to, off this dog, chow bye. Anyway, I still miss her. So now we're down to 7.
Wow.
Um, so they're laying eggs. I will say this. I'm not telling everybody to get chickens or whatever, but the chickens have been the most therapeutic little creatures.
Mhm.
I'm barely on my antidepressants. I can't even remember the last time I took my medication. They have literally regulated my emotions.
Really?
Yes. I'm not telling everybody to get chickens because I'm gonna put my glasses on. I have invested a lot of time and love into them. And when I tell you that I don't want to say I turn off my phone, but I put my phone down if my kids are home and we're all home. you know i I have, I don't want to call it mastered, but I have literally learned now to put my phone down and not really be on social media. And not that I care about what's
Mhm.
happening, it's just that
Mhm.
right now these it's like my time.
Mhm.
So I've invested a lot of that time into myself, and the chickens have been so wonderful, so therapeutic. They are funny, they have their own personalities, which again, this is why it was hard to lose Snickers, because she was my shy one. And
Mhm. Mhm.
she wasn't, you know she wasn't charismatic like the others. She was my shy baby. And besides that, building the coops and learning about chickens,
Mhm.
learning about
Mhm.
gardening.
Mhm.
My tomatoes are blooming.
Good.
They have also destroyed my garden because we had a part, they had all jalapeno plants for my husband because he likes hot stuff, and they done destroyed that.
Ah,
So just, again, spending time at home, um and just being has done, as I want to say this improperly, but it has done me so well.
good. Good.
Um, you know,
But
but
sometimes, sis, we need to reset
reset.
because if we
Hmm.
don't,
Hmm.
we can allow social media to consume so
Correct.
much of our time. And,
Yep.
and we always talked about this, because people would make it seem like their life is like A1 top tier.
Yeah.
And you have to do what you need to do and reset. And sometimes
Hmm.
you don't realize we need that reset until things
Hmm.
happen or
Hmm.
until a shift change.
Yes. Yes. So I spent, obviously, the majority of, like, I got them in May, June, July. I did have a show in June in
Mm-hmm.
Florida with Flavors of Fashion for the second year in a row. They were great. Miss Ava is just
Mm-hmm.
so beautiful and gracious, and got to have the same models that came with me last year. So that was awesome. I think I want to make that a regular thing. I'll be honest, dealing with out of state models and dealing with out of state producers. Again, I'm not trying to knock, but they're better than here. There's less drama. There's less. There's. I don't want to say that's not organized, but it's just less. It's just less. Okay, no
Well,
rehearsals,
we
no
we
nothing.
talked about
Yep,
um we talked about that. Okay, sis, I love you. We talked
promise,
about that
Sonya.
on we talked about that on so many different levels,
Yep,
because you remember that's why I pick and choose shows that I
right,
want to go to,
right.
because you know what, my piece is so worth more than me just trying to fit in or
Hmm.
be a part of. And I'm
Hmm.
good with that, and like you, I'm not knocking anybody, but at the
Hmm.
same time, and we always talked about, you have to be careful where you promoting your brand.
That part. That part.
And then,
Um,
yeah.
So, July was pretty chill. August, it was my birthday, my anniversary. I got to
Wow.
host, Take Up Space fashion show with Melissa, and that was
Mhm.
great too. But then, of course, I just came off of pretty much a month of filming, rehearsals for the stage
Mhm.
play that we just finished, Break Every Chain with Eric Swindell. And that was 3 shows. Friday, one show, and Saturday, we had 2 shows.
Wow.
And then and then the day right after that show, I was in Charlotte for the 10th annual hair games. Thanks to Miss Naira Love, she, had me come in and do the fashion show showpiece with Miss India, and that was
Mhm.
that was pretty good as well. And then right after that, Monday was Winston Salem Fashion Week. So
Wow.
I literally went from, I think I've been going nonstop since April. What was it? September the 13th, and
Wow.
my body literally hates me right now. My
Oh,
body literally.
I'm sure it does.
my
And you
butt.
need a reset now. You totally need a reset.
Hmm.
And and just like me, I'm 58, and I tell people 58 owes me nothing, honey.
Right.
No,
You were on a cruise.
yeah, let me tell you. um it was with my daughter-in-law, and it gave her and I a chance to really connect even the more. And it was just so amazing, sis. And for me,
Mhm.
I didn't realize that I needed that reset, because
Girl.
after 5 years since JT passed away, when he passed away, I didn't have the luxury in saying, oh, I can chill for a month, or I can, get myself
Oh.
together. I did not. And for me to go on this cruise, it really allowed me to truly reset and say, you got this. Keep moving.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. I've yet to. I need to go on a cruise again just for me.
Oh,
Uh, and I think next year I'm going to be very selfish. I'm not going to lie to people. I'm going to be very, very selfish. Again, I think I did less. No, I think this year I'm pretty much at the same amount of shows I did last. Oh God, here we go. Milo, what? You know I don't like you right now, so I don't even know why you're here. What? Go up. He is literally in my. What? You hear him, right? Go upstairs with Nyla. I can't even. I
and
can't even.
so and so how now do you protect them?
I mean, the thing is, what happened was, it was last week, and I was not well. I could barely walk last week,
Mm,
and I came out of Stretch Lab. If people want to get stretched, try Stretch Lab, folks. I go there once a week, and they have really kind of helped me, kind of ease the pain
hmm
without the mess. I wish I could do it every day. But anyway, I wasn't well. I left work early because I wasn't feeling well. They got to see me last minute, and then I came home, and after they were not out free ranging because I let them free range, so they didn't free
Right.
range the entire week that I was in Winston for that, and then we got hit with the storm. Milo Yancey.
He like, you're not gonna be talking about me, and
Yep,
like, I'm
I'm
right
talking
here.
about you. Yep, I'm telling your story. Yep, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywho, I come home. It's still sunny out. The grass is dry, and I was like, "Babe, I'm gonna let the chickens out." And Peaches like, "No, don't let them out. Don't do the you." I was like, "You need to go rest. You are feeling better." And me and my hard headed ass.
Yeah.
Let me just. I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna let my babies out."
Right.
I let them out.
She's gonna try that.
I let them out, and then they were acting so cute and funny because when I'm outside with them, my phone is not with me.
Right,
Again, that's my time. I don't
right.
care. But anywho, I wanted to make some chicken content. So I came in the house to get my phone. I couldn't find my phone. And mind you, I'm
Mm-hmm.
limping. I'm limping through the house trying to find my phone. And the door, it was windy, and then but the back door doesn't close all the way, so it blew open.
Ah,
Mind you, now Milo comes downstairs because he heard the door
sure.
beep.
Yes.
So I'm like, and so I'm on the other side of the couch. So it's the couch and Milo and me. And I'm like, Milo, get over here. Because I knew the door blew open and I
Right,
couldn't get
right,
to the
right.
door, obviously, fast enough. And I'm like, Milo, get over here. Milo, get over here. And he looks at me, looks at the door, looks at me, looks at the door. All of a sudden, he looks at the door and then he sees the chickens fly across the grass.
Ah.
And pew, bolted.
Mm.
So now I'm limping. Call PJ, call Nyla. They try to catch him, and he ran around, didn't
Right,
catch any
right.
chickens, and then all of a sudden he locked in. Locked in on poor Snickers, and then she ran, she flew up, came down, and then because of the wind, she flew up and glided pretty
Mm-hmm.
far into the neighbor's yard. And when she came down, he grabbed her.
Ah, yikes.
Listen,
Mm.
when I tell you I cried. Crocodile tears is not enough to even describe my pain. I held my baby for like an hour or
Well,
so,
how
and then we
many do
bet.
you have left?
So 7.
7.
We have 7 now. So, again, I don't want to call it feels off, but again, the energy of the coop is off.
Sheila said he was having he was having fun.
So, that part, that little bastard, so, I did not want to see him. I wanted to off him, let me tell you. And Nyla literally was like, she knew. She knew I want none of this. So she took him to a friend's house for 2 nights because
Ah,
I could not bear the sight of that dog. And of course, I felt guilty because, had I listened to PJ and not taken them out, we would still have Snickers because we've been very, very careful. I would
because
say, had it been,
you've had them on our last live where you had got them.
yep, yep. So, matter of fact, I may have to go outside to go make sure because they want to party like it's 1999. And sometimes, and we have an automatic coop door opener, and they know to go in when it's getting dark, which is kind of like right now.
Mm-hmm,
But then
mm-hmm.
sometimes one or two will stay behind and they don't want to go in the coop. So then I always have to go and put one or two in there for the night. But last night was Bagel that did not want to go in, so I had to go outside and put her in. Um, but
And
needless,
so, how did you name them?
so I will start with Pippi. And do you remember the movie Pippi Longstocking?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Remember how crazy and adventurous that little girl was?
Yes,
Pippi
always.
was just like that. And Pippi is a rooster now,
Oh wow.
but still Pippi. So it's Pippi, Peanut, Rod Digger after the rapper, right? Baby Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Ella and wait, hold on. Ella, Medea, and Bagel. And then
Wow.
we had Snickers.
And they
And
all know their names. They all know their
they
names.
pretty, yes, they all know their dang on names. Okay. So out of the 8, out of the 8 people, right? Sheena, when I tell you Pippi is a character, she's a character. But anyway,
Wow.
now out of that whole flock, which they were all supposed to be hens,
Mm,
I have 3 roosters.
wow.
So it was
Wow.
3 roosters, 5 hens. And
Mm,
now we're down to 4 hens. So now they are telling us that you got to have like 10 to 13 chickens per one rooster.
huh?
Child.
Bye.
So they're saying that I got to get rid of 2 of my roosters.
So
And
what are you gonna
as you
do?
talk to the chicken community or whatever, but because these are my original 8,
Right.
I cannot part with my roosters, okay? And for the most part, they do get along pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They do have their little pecking order stuff going, and um, but I may have to, do another chicken coop with a
Mm-hmm.
run for
Mm-hmm.
just the roosters, because they are stressing. Baby girl, got injured because Rodiga is my fat one who is like a turkey. Okay, hurt her. And because when they mate, it's pretty rough. It's really like very aggressive. So baby girl got hurt. Her little skin got torn up. Listen, I mean, it's been
So
the
these are
chicken.
like little bitty people. Like these are little
They
humans.
are, and needless to say, we had, baby girl here in the house for 2 weeks. She laid her first egg while she was injured. So basically, she's the one that's ready, or as they say, in heat. So now she becomes the favorite hen to go to, right? So
Wow.
now it's Rodiga's fat ass and Peanut trying to mate with her. So she gets stressed a
Mhm.
lot.
So
So,
you have to keep them separate.
so I have to keep it. So as of right now, she just said, don't talk about rocks curves. Yo, look, next time we're gonna do an early, but I once in a blue moon, I do kind of post them around. When I tell you Rod Digger is big, Rod Digger is
You
huge.
have to
Rod
post.
Digger is
You have to post
probably
it because
12.
when you first got them, they were little because they was crawling on your neck and all of
Yes,
that.
yes. They are nothing like.
Ah,
what you remember,
well,
okay?
my, because I told you my girlfriend, she got chickens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna need to
Mm-hmm.
ask her. I'm gonna need to ask her how her journey is, and so, and that's just like what we talk about. You got to be loyal to these chickens and roosters.
Yes, so again, because obviously I've raised them since they were chicks, I cannot part with my roosters. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
absolutely no.
They're my babies. They are literally
Yeah,
my
yeah.
babies. And now you can come, Sheena. I'm telling you, they're interesting. They need their own reality show. Look, if I were to put them live, I can do lives every day. It's just that I'm just not. I'm just
Mhm.
not. But there's always some chicken drama going on every day. They
Wow.
are literally a reality series. Um, so basically, I have too many roosters for the amount of hens. So I'm considering getting more hens, and then but I don't want to raise them because to raise them from chicks, it's a lot. At least if you want to have a relationship with them,
Hmm, hmm.
you need to
They need to be
really
babies.
be close to them from chicks.
Yeah.
So I don't really have it was a lot of work. That's all I'm gonna say. It was just a lot of
So,
work, and I don't think
so
I can deal with
apparently, it's more
starting
work
that.
than having dogs, like having
They
insects.
are, they are, they are, and again, having to then introduce you know, I would have to then have another set of chicks here in the house. Remember, I told you they were here in the house
Hmm,
last time.
hmm.
No, no. I got my living room back. Like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just not in that mood. So if I do purchase chickens, they are going to be
Grow.
already at their 20 weeks, pretty much at the
Hmm.
same amount or the same age as my chickens now. But again, they are interesting. They are a pain in my ass, and
You
they
should do a
have their
live.
personalities. But you know what? I wouldn't trade them for the world. They're just so cute. I love them.
And so,
Um,
would you say you, like you said earlier? So they helped you reset, gave you a calmness.
they help me not just reset per se, because I still feel like right now I need a reset after
Hmm,
these this past month was really
hmm.
crazy. But I feel like they keep me grounded and keep reminding you of what's really important. So when I tell people all the time, when I'm in the yard now, I don't have a phone. So I could
Yes.
be in the yard from 30 minutes to 3, 4 hours. So, you have, things that you have to do in the morning every day, which is
Hmm,
feed
hmm.
them, or a day where you got to clean the coop and straighten things up and all that. I'm out in that yard for hours and I don't have my phone, and I only have the weekends to do it, right?
Hmm,
So if
hmm.
someone is calling me on a Saturday and I don't answer the phone, or if you send me a message and I don't get to you till 5, 6 hours later, that's because I was being.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
And I think it's also taught me, um, you know how sometimes you send messages to people and they don't respond right
Mhm.
away. I think it's logic to wait a day or two, but sometimes we want to hear an answer right away.
Right, right.
They because I've disconnected from social media, and I mean I plan on disconnecting even more so.
Hmm.
um I don't expect people to answer me as fast
Absolutely,
if I need something.
absolutely.
Now if it's urgent, most likely I may have your cell phone if we're close.
Hmm.
If not, it's going to have to wait until you have the chance to respond. And
Absolutely.
I don't,
Feel guilty.
like you
Feel
don't feel
guilty.
guilty, or you don't feel like, oh my God, that person, but on the back end, you also don't feel like, oh my God, this person doesn't care about me, or they're mad at me because they didn't answer right away or whatever. Because again, now that I'm being when I can to
Hmm.
just be,
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. And again, this is nothing against my friends or people that need me.
Absolutely.
It's just that I'll
Absolutely.
get to my phone when I get to it. I will answer my message when I get to it, or especially when we're all home, which is it doesn't happen often. So if all four of us are home, most of the time we're out there, messing around with
Absolutely.
the chickens.
And
You
that's what
know,
Sheena said. She said it's called self-care
hmm
and needed this. That's why she loves gardening. And it's called
that too,
out
the
of
gardening.
respect too. Because like sometimes like when I'm at work, being in the school, like we can't have our phone on,
Right.
like ring. And so a lot of time, I'm gonna say 95% of the time, I forget to turn my phone back on ring. You know,
Right. It was on silent. Right.
it's on silent. And so when I leave work,
That part.
I don't, think about, oh, I need to turn it back on silent until, like you said, when I come home from work, like you, I put my phone and I plug it up and I put it on the charger. And so
Right.
I'm doing different things. And if I don't have my watch on, I have no idea, you called. But we've gotten so used to these cell phones.
Yes, it
You know,
becomes an organ. It's an
yeah.
organ.
And
It's
so, like, for me, like, if I don't have a personal page, this is my personal page got hacked. And at some point, I think I need to find a different social media to do my podcast on. But all the ones I've seen, I just don't want to take away from the audience that I've built. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because
Yes, agreed.
I ask my son all the time, and he was like, "This is where people know that you're coming, and if you start switching to other things, it's going to be difficult."
Yes, yes, to build that platform. Absolutely.
And so I stay here and I do it. But we're gonna talk about loyalty, and even with
Girl,
your
let's
chickens,
get to
even
it.
even with this, I mean, even with your chickens and all this, that is loyalty. You have a lot of loyalty because you have to make sure they're okay too.
Yes. Yes. And loyalty, or you can also rephrase it as commitment. You
Commitment,
know,
yes.
you know, commitment is something that a lot of I'm going to say human beings are lacking nowadays.
Mm-hmm,
A
mm-hmm.
lot of people will say yes to things, and then not you better go get him because he over here all up in my face. People will say yes to things and then cancel on you last minute, and and I know life happens,
Yes.
but sometimes people kind of do depend on you and depend on your presence. So you know uh I think loyalty now is something that people really need to discern, um,
Mm-hmm.
who to be loyal to, because I know in my mistakes, I've been so loyal to someone that I've destroyed myself in the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
process.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sheena,
Protect your peace at all costs. Yeah, and that's what I do. I protect my peace at all costs. And and like me, you always talk like there used to be a time like I felt like I need to be going, 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 but now like I am so good being at home by myself. And sometimes my mom be like,
yeah,
"You going somewhere?" If it's on a Saturday, nope, I'm gonna sit right here, and I don't have to go anywhere because I so enjoy my company. I
yeah,
so enjoy the person that I am now. If I want to
hmm
dance, I can turn up my dance music and I have my own dance party. But when I want to go out, I'll go
yeah,
out and I'll come back in,
yeah.
but I don't need to, and I don't want to just stay at home either. But when I choose to stay at home, I stay, but I'm good. I am so, so good.
Yeah, yeah, and same. There's times that you're in situations or in places, and I'm like, man, I just want to be home, and I just want to be home with my chickens, because it's so much, like you said, it's so much more peaceful.
Right.
Not just for but it's for your mind and your spirit to
Mm-hmm.
just be. And then, of course, the climate of this country is on edge,
Right.
and so it's made me, I don't even want to call it fearful, but I'm
You
trying
just
to
got to
use
be
discernment.
diligent, and your discernment has to be on. And so
Hmm.
in my it says five evidence of loyalty, and you tell me if you think these five is all there is.
Yes.
Faithfulness, dedication, honesty, trust, supporting a relationship.
Yes. Yes. To all of the above.
But how do we stay loyal to ourselves? That's the question.
I mean, that's something that I can honestly tell you that I didn't know how to do, that I am learning to do now. Because again, as I said, I've been more loyal to other people
Right,
where it's taken away from myself, and I've lost myself in being loyal to that person. And it kind of falls down into the people pleasing part a
right,
little bit, right?
right,
You
right.
want to please that significant friend, or that other person so much, and then if you say no, or just say I can't, some people will feel some kind of way, and now they think that you are not loyal to them, or
Mhm,
that you don't want to be part of them, and that's not necessarily the case. I think that again, I'm going to say, in the therapy that I've been under for the past 3
mhm,
years, I've been learning to love me more.
yeah,
And if I love me more, then I can love others more. And by loving myself more and giving myself the grace and the compassion and the understanding, the
mhm,
empathy for the mistakes that I've made,
mhm,
it's made me even, and again, I'm an empathetic person, but it's made me even more empathetic, and made me give people even more grace, because we all fuck up and we
yeah, we
all
do.
fall short.
Yes, yes,
And uh we can all be judgy, right? We can all be
absolutely.
judgy. It's
Mhm,
caused me to be less judgmental,
mhm,
right, of
mhm,
other people. And
mhm,
again, again, by me being more loyal to myself, again,
mhm.
I'm creating a more peaceful state of mind, and and again, creating that space, that
Because you remember
boundary.
when we started doing our girl talk, you was nowhere near like
Nowhere. Absolutely
nowhere.
nowhere.
No, you was nowhere
Nowhere.
near that. And Sheena says, looking at all memories and investment you made just enjoying your own company, you are comfortable, peaceful,
Amen.
and free space. But you wasn't nowhere near like
Nowhere.
this sis that I see when we started doing our girl talks. You was nowhere near.
No. Mostly angry. Not just
Yes.
angry, but um, disappointed sometimes in myself, because I am my own worst critic. Um,
Yeah, me too, girl. And Sheena, you're right. You have to be loyal to yourself because, you know, when we are not loyal to ourselves first,
hmm
how can we be loyal to other relationships,
that
whether
is correct.
friendships, co-workers or whatever? And so when you start to be loyal to yourself, people may start looking at you different, but it's
Yes.
not that you're changing, it's just that your concept, you're saying I choose me first all day every day. I
Yes.
still, it doesn't mean that I love you any less, it's just that
hmm
I choose me. And if you can't understand that, then I can't apologize for me choosing me.
That is correct.
Because like you, I've chose and put everything and everybody else before Donna, and now that I am saying I come first, what
hmm
I do matters. If nobody else support, I'm going to support and do what I need to do for me, you know.
hmm
And
hmm
sometimes it doesn't mean that you outgrow them, it's just your mindset outgrow when people want to keep you in this little square box.
That
And
is
when you
correct.
start growing and doing other things, it's
Yep.
not that you're saying you better, it's just that you want better.
Yeah. And again, if I am not in the space where I can give you my all,
Absolutely. Let's see what Sheena said.
and again, we can rephrase it as given from an empty cup.
Right, you can't.
you can't you can't give from an empty cup. And then if things don't go right, then of course, we talked about, maybe following our gut and things like that. We, the Holy Spirit does talk to us, and for the most part, we refuse to listen to that inner voice that is telling you no, or not right now, or hold up a minute, or
Yeah.
don't go over there. And then if we decide not to listen, then, and shit goes fucking left,
Yeah.
then and then, then either you hold yourself accountable.
Mhm. Mhm.
We talked about that as well. you
Yes.
know um it's been quite a journey, and I
And
will say that I've learned so much more just in this year alone.
me too, sis.
Just in this year alone.
Mhm.
And I'm still learning my worth,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? I'm still
Same.
learning my worth.
Same. Same.
And you also don't want to put yourself such in a high regard
Mhm.
that, it may come across as, snarky or snobby,
Mhm.
or like you think
Mhm.
you're better.
Mhm.
Again, learning my worth in the most humbling way possible.
Yeah.
But
And
but
and
in Go ahead.
Sheena says our growth and the journey has been beautiful, Karina. I already know we go way back, but we have
That part.
to chat about that later, respectfully.
See the mic point in my head at my work. But yeah, so, again, valuing when someone does make time for you. um because that's, again, in the climate that we're in now,
Mhm, mhm.
people just want to use people, take advantage of people, and not really value people's time, or what it took for that person just to be there for you or do things for you.
Right.
And again, I feel like, God is showing me, not that people are who's there for you or not, because I know pretty much who's there, but also, again, respecting their space, their
Mhm,
time.
mhm.
And in the event that I can go, sis, I'm going through some shit, can we talk? I
Right.
know that I can come to you, and then we can have that conversation when it's doable for both of us in the
Absolutely.
schedule to have the
Absolutely.
conversation.
Absolutely.
And learning where you fall in those people's lives,
Mhm, mhm.
um also helps to discern who's with you or for you,
Absolutely.
in
Absolutely.
um
We have plenty of stories we had to
to
learn
learn along the
along the
way.
way, but
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
intentional, and even with that, we have to, we talked about boundaries, like boundaries
Yes,
and loyalty. That goes hand in hand for me,
it
because
does.
you have to set boundaries, because when you
Hmm.
have no boundaries, people just expect you to be what they need you to be, when they need you to be, how they
Yep.
need you to be, and when you don't show up, it can ruffle some feathers. And like you said, it doesn't mean that you think you better. It's just that I have something I need to accomplish. Because I
Yep.
always say, wouldn't it be a shame that we are laying on our deathbed and we have not accomplished the things that we know we're supposed to have done in this life to give back to others, because we're
Mm-hmm.
afraid, we get stuck in a rut,
Yes.
and then we don't want to ruffle feathers. And I'm at the point in my life I will ruffle feathers and be unapologetic about it, because there are
Yeah.
things in my life that I want to do, and I'm just going to do those things
Yes.
because I have to do them for me.
Unapologetically.
Yeah, and I have to do those things
Mm-hmm.
for me, and I don't
Yep.
apologize for them, because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing on this earth, to pour back, to see, and all of that, I can't do
Mm-hmm.
it sitting in this house all day. I can't do it saying, "Oh, do you think I should do this, sis? Do you think I should be going here?" No.
it and encouraging each other is vital. um but again, knowing knowing the person that you're actually going to for those questions, it also matters. Because again, not everybody is for you. And most of, and again, I'm going to say for me, because I feel like, I've been in this state 10 years, but do I
Right.
really have the core friendships that I have back home? No, I do
Right.
not. I
Right.
don't. My core friends live up north. They're
Mm-hmm.
not really here. So I'm still learning to discern who my people are
Right.
here.
Right. Right.
And and once you got that figured out, who's for you,
Mm-hmm.
um it does make life a little better. But when you are in, and again, in our little, model world or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, again, we talked about the snakes, we talked about the shady people, we no
Yes.
need to rehash,
Yes.
but it just makes it harder to be yourself, because
Mm-hmm.
you want to be authentic, you want to be
Absolutely.
intentional, but then you have, and I'm going to say it, you have the miserable fucks on this page,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say it again, you have the miserable fucks on this page
Mm-hmm.
talking shit about other people on the page.
Right.
And these
Right.
are people that you have no idea how bad they're hurting or trying
Right.
to heal, or just trying to be the best that they can
They
be.
can be.
And they're sitting there talking shit. But that's because you're miserable fucking ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to say it, and I said it just like that. You're miserable fucking ass.
Yes. Yes.
You're so miserable that you
Yeah.
have nothing better. Your life is so fucking lame that you have nothing better than to talk about the other person's post on Facebook.
Girl.
So, I mean, I just scroll. I mean, I don't comment. I
And,
like and
and,
I
and,
support or
and
what.
that's
But
me.
I'm just like, this miserable bitch right here. This miserable bitch right here. Boom, boom. And then there's ones on Facebook that create drama, or somebody creates a post that's very relevant, very to the point, and they're sitting there making comments. I'm like, bitch, you're the one talking shit.
Right. And a lot
So,
of times
oh
when
God,
people post stuff, it's not for it's not for you. You just assuming
it's
because
for you.
you're assuming it's for you. And
Hmm.
that's me. Like I my discernment be so on. I just I don't say anything. But that's why we always have to be so diligent about how we handle and mishandle people, because people are
Yes,
hurting, and a
yes.
lot of times people are saying what they need to say and no one catch what they're saying.
What they're saying. If not, they'll make fun of them and mock them, and and I'm just, and again, I didn't realize the beauty of observing.
Oh girl, isn't it a beautiful thing?
Yo.
It is. It's wonderful. And for me, when you sit back and you allow God to strengthen your discernment all the
Mhm.
time, he will break he will bring it forth. So me and one of my friends, we were talking about something at work the other day.
Mhm.
And literally today, God revealed it.
Yep.
And when he revealed it, because I was off today and I was calling her and I was like, why won't she pick up this phone? Like, why won't she pick up this phone? And so when I talked to her today, I was like, girl, she was like, all we have to do is sit back and let him do it. And
And let
it
him
was just so funny because we literally had this conversation a day ago. And then today, he revealed it just like that.
people, you sit and watch, and you see people make asses out of themselves
Yeah, and
on
and
these
that's why
platforms.
loyalty, we have to make sure I trust you with everything that I am. And when you are loyal to someone, you have that emotional loyalty too, saying,
Yeah.
I hear you, see you, and value you, whatever you're going through. Hey, emotionally, if you're hurting, I should
Yeah.
be
Agreed.
if I
But
say I love you and I'm down with you emotionally, if you're hurting, I should be hurting too.
agreed.
Because I don't
And
need you to say, oh, well, you don't have to, you shouldn't. No, that's not what, if I'm emotionally loyal to you, I should be saying, what do you need from me?
yeah, or what can I do for you? And
Right.
and,
I
and
don't
still
need
within
you to
those
say, I
boundaries.
don't need to put up with it. You shouldn't be. I don't need all that. I just need you to say, okay, I'm here. Let's figure this
Yeah.
out. Let's step by step. If we have to go A, B, C, D, hey, then let's go
Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
Yes. And even, and you know what I'm also learning, to also love these people and be loyal to people and not
In
compromise
the
my
state
boundaries.
that they're in.
Yes.
In the state that they're in, because
Yes.
if that, you don't know how long they've been in that state,
No.
and then when they come to you,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot be so hard, and like you don't even care about what they're going through. And I
Right.
found a lot of times when people are hard and they always saying what you shoulda, coulda, did, they haven't really searched them own selves to say, what am I lacking within my own self?
Right.
Because when you start taking self-examination of yourself and really take it and then allow the Holy Spirit to say, no, you jacked up too. You think you got
Yes.
it all together? You jacked
Yep.
up too. But the only difference between you and them is that you're allowing me to work on you, but they are trying to show face because they don't want to seem weak. Because for me,
Because the world is judgmental.
right, I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
know that you saying you're weak. I'd rather know, oh, my sis is having a moment. And then I can know how to say, what, I'm here, I'm available. But
Or
when you always got this hysteria up and you just make it seem like I am on point, I got it together, then I don't know how to help you. And so what do? I back off. That's me. I'm like that. Because when you feel like you got it together and you done arrived and you always got the answer, but you're never going through anything
I
or
don't
you
know.
never want to show face, I don't have nothing to say. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I
I
can't
tell people,
emotionally support you because you're hard. I can't.
I can, like I said, people don't need to know the details, but I done fucked up quite a few times in my
Me too.
lifetime.
Me too, girl.
Right.
Me
And
too.
we've discussed it, right?
We
And
have.
and my, I'm gonna say my last fuck up was for me very major, very detrimental.
Mm-hmm,
And I'm, still in therapy for it, but I feel that as I'm going through these motions, right?
mm-hmm.
This fuck up had to happen, because if this didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am now, as far as the knowledge and the
Yeah.
discernment that I have now. Again, I don't have it all together. I don't fucking know everything,
Me either,
but
sis.
but
But you're
I'm,
honest with yourself. You're honest
yes,
with yourself. And so for you, you going to therapy. And I did
yeah,
my other life, and and I told people, I was like, wait, I can only speak for what I see. As
right,
African American, we think it's so bad to get therapy. No,
yes,
it's bad when you're suffering in silent and you feel like people, like you said, they're going to judge you because you're
yeah,
going to talk. Sometimes I may not be able to talk to you. I may not be able to talk to my best friend, but I can go
hmm,
talk to somebody that don't know me, that can listen, and I can tell them, like, listen, I don't
no
know if I'm coming.
judgment,
I don't know if I'm coming or going, but all I know is I need help. Because when we take ownership of needing somebody to talk to help us navigate through our mind from all of the stuff that we have endured, that's
girl.
saying I'm ready to be healthy, happy, and whole,
That,
instead of me trying to keep trying to figure it out. And then you still figuring it out at 60. You still figuring it out at 70. And then when you
yeah,
check up out of here, you still haven't figured it out.
and because some people haven't, right, figured it out, they can only come to you, uh, I'm going to say, from what they know and what they've experienced, right?
Absolutely.
So there's only so much they can tell you or offer, because they themselves haven't had it, you know? Um, or especially when you take accountability,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because that's one thing right now, right? Accountability is huge. Nobody wants to take accountability for their shit, and then
Yeah.
they want to blame somebody else for their shit,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right? They don't want to look at themselves and go, yo, I'm the one who, because again, right, my husband told me not to take the chickens out.
Right.
And again, did I have a bad intention? No, my
No.
intentions were loving and pure. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted my chickens
Mm-hmm.
to go out in free range, right?
Right.
And was I at 100%? No, but I cared more about my chickens than I did myself. And look, me not listening to my husband, or me not listening
Mm-hmm.
to peace. Let me just take this day that I had there, stretch lab. Let me just
Mm-hmm.
relax. It cost me the life of my chicken,
Right. Right.
even though it was an accident, even
Right.
though Milo, again, the wind blew the door open, but I still have to take accountability of the fact that I could
Absolutely.
have easily just came in the house, gave him snacks in the coop, and came and brought my happy ass back in the house. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no, I was, again, loving and caring. I wanted them to have a little grazing
Right.
time, and it cost the
Right.
life of my chicken. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't sit there and go, who do I blame? I mean, I can blame Milo, yes,
Yes.
but had I, again, but in the end, had I not taken my chickens out the coop, I would still have
Right.
Snickers.
But
So
why
when
is
you,
it so hard, sis, for people to take accountability and be loyal in the same the same sense?
because they got to blame somebody else, because when you take accountability, that shit fucking hurts. And again,
Uh,
you and I have talked about this. That
yes, ma'am.
shit tore me the fuck down, man. And
Yeah.
I'm rebuilding myself up from accountability.
Mm, mm-hmm,
Am I
mm-hmm.
fully, as they say, I'm still that butterfly in the chrysalis. I'm not out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like completely out.
Well,
I'm still
I
in the
I would
chrysalis.
beg the difference because when me and you started doing our girl talk, what, almost 2 years ago, I
I would
have
say
seen,
longer.
yeah, I've seen so much growth in you. Like you have just like propelled into who you are,
Yes,
and
Lord.
it all boils down to you taking accountability,
Yes.
being loyal to yourself first,
Learning that. Yeah.
after all these years of you being loyal to everything, different things. But then
Yes.
when you decided to take accountability, then now you can be loyal to who you are.
Yes, and to my authentic self. And
Yes.
also, and
Yes.
and that's another thing, when you are loyal to another person, you want them to be their best authentic self, and that, as
Mm-hmm.
a friend, you especially if you see it, because again, remember, we talked about, it's, you kind of got to meet people where they're at, right? So if
Yes.
this
Yes.
person's not really authentic, or not walking in
Mm-hmm.
their authenticity,
Mm-hmm.
or taking accountability, then you cannot expect them to help you
It's not.
walk in your own authentic self, and also help you with accountability, you
Yeah.
know so when when you are in that state, like I said, people don't want to look in the mirror and
Mm-hmm.
see
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you are the cause of your own fucking problems.
Well, we talked about that because a lot of stuff we do is
We
self-inflicted.
It's self-inflicted, and you want to sit there and go, but no, because Donna did
Yep.
it. Blah.
Nope.
No,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Because I,
no,
I, I don't do a lot. Let me tell you, that self-inflicted stuff will cause you to do some
dumb
crazy
shit.
stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then once you realize, like, I can no longer allow myself self-inflicted injuries because it takes too long to heal. It takes too long for all this hurt and pain
The
to
inner
go.
work.
And so now I'm at a stage in my life, like, I just love who I am and who I'm still evolving and becoming.
Yes,
And it feels
yes.
good when I can be here and I can chill. I don't have no noise. It's good.
Right, you're in your bubble.
Yeah.
And again, when you start doing the inner work, it's not
Yeah.
pretty. It is not pretty.
Mm-mm.
And that is what people are afraid of. And I will say this, my therapist has helped me so much, kind of make sense of the forest,
Mm-hmm.
and has helped me chop down the things that I don't need. And of course, we've gone back and forth with, but I need that branch over there. And my therapist is like, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And being
Well.
able to get the help to help you decipher through
Mm-hmm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
or the things that might have happened to you,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of whether you caused it yourself or somebody else did it to you, to just have that other person that has no attachment to you, because sometimes it's a little harder to I'm not, and again, I'm not saying that friends are not vital, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a friend will tell you straight up what the fuck it is, right? And you
Right.
don't
Right.
want to hear it. But sometimes there are friends that could tell that are very biased, so
Mm-hmm.
they are
Mm-hmm.
going to support you, and again, that's all fine and dandy. But sometimes having that biased opinion may not always be good, because again, it's
Mm-hmm.
still enabling the behavior.
That
And what I
behavior.
mean by that, not
Right.
what you're doing, is sometimes what you're thinking.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're enabling the thoughts. And again, to have someone from the outside who has no
Mm-hmm.
attachment to you, and to give you just a different perspective of the scenario,
Mm-hmm.
has been for me, it has been very detrimental to the healing and to the inner work that I'm still doing.
Right. And so, how do you not go back? How hard is that
So,
for
so I'm not saying that I have not gone back, right?
you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you go back just to think that you can get a different outcome, right? As they say, the definition of insanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you end up in the same fucking place, even
Mm-hmm.
though you might have changed a couple things that are different,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you still end up there. It's it's like this: do you still want to feel that way just
Right.
to be with that person or around that person?
Right.
Because
Right.
being with that person is not it never really has a good outcome.
Right.
So again, the loyalty to yourself you're not giving, because you are being loyal to a person, and it comes at a price of yourself,
Mm.
and you lose yourself in that person. I've done it.
Mm. Yeah.
I've
And
done it.
and and you speaking of that, like you already touching on it. So in one of my single podcasts, I'm gonna be doing the three types
Mhm.
of people in your life. And they label them as the leaf people.
Oh yeah, the branches,
the,
the leaf, the
yeah,
branches, and the and
yeah,
the and
the
the root.
branch.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. And when I saw that, I was like, because then you start putting people in those categories,
Hmm.
you know, and then that's when for me, I'm like, who are my branch people? Right?
Who are your leaves?
Yeah. And so I'm like, wow, okay.
There's more
So
leaves than branches. Remember that.
yes. And so and I just think that we have to come to reality that we need to put people in their prospective places.
Correct.
And if Sally over here is only meeting me right here, then I know how far I need to allow my boundaries and my loyalty to
To
go
that
with
person.
Sally.
Hmm.
Because when you're being loyal, and then when the wind blows and that person can shift, you can be damaged.
That is correct.
You can be damaged. So you have to start putting people in their perspective places.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, when you don't, you can be destroyed.
Yep.
And then you're like, how do I get myself back where I need to be? So when
Hmm.
you start aligning people in the perspective places, then you know where exactly where you fit in. If you just fit in over here with a little puzzle piece, then you know how much loyalty you give that person. You,
Hmm.
you give them a little loyalty piece of that puzzle.
Yep.
You can't, if they giving you a little puzzle piece, 2 puzzle pieces, why are you gonna give them 10
Yep. And
when they're only
discerning
giving you
that
2?
will eliminate so much, I'm going to say, heartache.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But I found just being in this model world and fashion world, I'll just put it that way. Loyalty is only for the moment for some.
Yes.
It's only for some, and then it's for the other piece that I see. I'm loyal to Karina because she's doing A, B, C, D, E, F, and G.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So when Sheena has been loyal to me, but she is just now building,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna do A, B with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna stay, with Karina because she's already up to E.
Mm-hmm.
But at what cost will you miss on having an emotional loyalty from this person that still is at C? Because
Mm-hmm.
how do you know when you following this person that their ship won't change when the next person already at G?
That I can only say that only comes with experience and discernment, because you know I held so many people in high regard
Mm-hmm.
that, or as Pastor YPJ says, I follow him on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we put people in pedestals that they didn't earn, not
That,
deserve, earn.
right.
And then when they fall short, then depending on how they fell short, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We end up being disappointed,
Mm-hmm.
hurt, destroyed. And that, again, the accountability part, back to accountability, because all this shit goes hand in hand.
Oh, it does. It does.
It is my
It does.
fault for putting this person on this
Mm-hmm.
pedestal
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and putting them in a position, or as they say, a seat at the table that they never really earned. And again, and again, do I feel like no, I'm still, when I'm telling you, I'm still learning. I am still learning. But once you kind of figure out who deserves a seat at the table,
Mm-hmm.
or who deserve, it makes your life so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the journey of that process, or as they say, they
Mm-hmm.
call it shadow work, or
Mm-hmm.
the inner work, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that inner work, shadow work, or that journey you're on is not pretty.
Right. Right.
And to be able to, how do I put it? Once you decide that this is the journey you want to be on, you are going to lose a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, again, the leaf reference comes in. As you said, we have trees
Yeah.
have more leaves than
Yeah.
branches,
Yeah.
and obviously the tree there's less roots than branches. So
Mm-hmm.
once you
Mm-hmm.
figure out who are your leaves, your branches, and your roots,
Yeah.
it
And it
makes
says the leaf
life.
people, they are temporary.
Yeah.
They
And it's
they don't
sad.
they don't they don't stay around.
Mm-mm.
They don't stay around. And it says
Mm-hmm.
the branch, they're stronger than leaves, but they're still not completely dependable.
No, because when a storm hits it,
Yeah, it's a
this
done
the
deal.
storm being the metaphor here,
Yeah,
that branch can break.
yeah. And then it says your branch people, they stay with you for seasons, several seasons, but they
Mm-hmm.
will break away when
Mm-hmm.
life becomes a little challenging.
That is correct.
So, so we need to know: are we having branch leaves? What kind of
Or
people are
roots.
we being loyal to?
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of people are we being loyal to? And that goes back to self-examination.
Mm-hmm.
And when you take a good look at who you are, then you can figure out what type of people that you want in your life so you can be loyal to them and they can be loyal to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you allow your discernment to take place, then you'll know who has been loyal, going to continue to be loyal, because I'm a firm
Mm-hmm.
believer. You get red flags from out the gate.
Yo, and we just, and again, whether it's because you want, again, missing those red flags can be so many factors. One, people pleasing because you don't want to lose this person.
Right?
Two, because you're naive, and that's okay because you have
Mm-hmm,
never
mm-hmm,
experienced this
mm-hmm,
before. you
mm-hmm.
know and we tend to you know over excuse the red
Mm-hmm.
flags
Yeah.
because you love that person or you care about that person too
Mm-hmm.
much. But again, come back again, full circle. It comes back at your expense, though.
Absolutely. All the time. Never fails.
Yep, it never at your expense. So I just, I just feel like and then I'm not even adding the political climate right now because this shit that's happening right now in this country is I don't know if you know video games, but I've always called COVID the zombie apocalypse, because once we started opening up, back,
Mm-hmm.
people started acting a little too much, a little too fucking entitled,
Right.
just a little too much,
Right.
right? And
Right.
me dealing with patients and talking to thousands of patients through the years, you
Mm-hmm.
see their demeanor change,
Mm.
right? And their demands change, and being less empathetic when a doctor's sick, or if a doctor had a death in the family, they just don't give a fuck. I have
Wow.
to say it. You know, humanity is shifting. It is really shifting,
Absolutely.
and it's not for the good. Or as I say, the zombie apocalypse, and now the zombie monsters are just getting uglier and
Yeah.
uglier right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
again, having the discernment, having that moment with God, having those conversations with
Mm-hmm.
God, and
Mm-hmm.
having it, and when you do have these conversations, and then God shows you these people, again, another slap in the face, another reality check. And it's just, when you thought this person technically you thought was let's say a branch,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they were a fucking leaf the whole time.
But don't we always talk about this? You already know that there was
Yo,
a leaf.
and
You
we
see,
we stayed on. We
you
stayed
know what?
on because we loved them.
Yeah. But what makes you stay loyal to people when people don't stay loyal to you?
I would say, giving the person the benefit of the doubt way too many times.
Mm.
Way too many times.
Mm-hmm.
And as the Maya Angelou says, when someone shows you who they are, you believe them. And
Absolutely.
and or, you know, you keep again, you're like, no, they would never do it to me. No, blah, blah. And coming back to, because I was never good at that, observing,
Mm-hmm.
sitting there and observing the room. If you sit there long enough, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
not even, you don't even have to sit there.
No, you can walk
Eventually,
in.
the person will show their ass to you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's either up to us to go, oh,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
If they did it to them, they'll do it to me.
Oh, facts. Facts. Facts.
And it's just, I don't, it's made me more reserved
Mm-hmm.
now. And again, not out of fear, but out of
Right.
protecting my peace and protecting my heart.
Absolutely.
As they say, guard your
Absolutely.
heart, right?
Absolutely.
It's
Mm-hmm.
made me guard me more, um, because again, not everybody has your best interest at heart. They
Absolutely.
really don't. And it's just it again, I'm trying to be calm about it, but it's not really a pretty sight. It's really not. And once you start seeing people for who they really are,
Mm-hmm.
the shit really fucks with you.
Yeah, it
And
does.
then it fucks with your discernment too, because
Mm-hmm.
there were times that I questioned what the fuck is wrong with me? Because we could make poor
Right,
choices in
right,
people,
right.
and it could be because you grew up in this environment and you
Mm-hmm,
think it's okay. There could be so many
mm-hmm,
factors, or
mm-hmm.
you put up with these people because you don't want to be alone. There's so many factors to giving people, or the wrong people, chance after chance after chance, and
Absolutely.
then you're the one who's compromised in the
Mm-hmm,
end.
mm-hmm,
um it just it's a lot. And I feel that, again, I'm gonna come back to my chickens. um the fact that I've taken the time to just slow down,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
just slow the fuck down. And mind you,
Right.
you may think that I'm busy, but I feel that this year I've used more discernment with my time.
Good, good.
Knowing that September was going to be insane.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew this. I
Mm-hmm.
knew this.
You
And
do.
again, my
Yeah.
body's paying for it right now, child. When I tell you I am on a heated blanket right now, so my back gets heated.
Mm.
But for the most part, this year I haven't been, running like a chicken with my head cut off, doing stuff here and there and being
Mm-hmm,
there, being
mm-hmm,
the everything for everybody.
mm-hmm.
No, it's been
Good.
nope. I can't.
Good for
Nope.
you. And doesn't
No.
that feel good when you say no?
Yes. and and the yeses that I did give, with the exception of maybe one yes
Mm-hmm,
that I gave that I should have just said no, because
mm-hmm,
again,
mm-hmm.
in the midst of me learning and discerning, I still made mistakes. I'm going to say
Absolutely.
the yeses that I gave to people, I'm going to use the month of September, are people that I am loyal to.
Yes, yes.
So it doesn't feel bad that my
Right.
September was fucking crazy, again, with the
Mm-hmm,
exception of one that I should have said no.
mm-hmm. But
But
because of
because
who
of
you are.
loyalty, but because of loyalty, I
Yes.
said yes,
Mm-hmm.
right? But did it turn out horrible? No. But I would have been better off at home with my chickens. Just to put
Yeah.
it to you in that way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've been loyal to so right now I'm being loyal to the people that are at least, I'm gonna assume loyal to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you don't always know people's true
Mm-hmm.
intentions and motives, but
Yeah.
people who have appreciated who I am
Yeah.
and what I am, and I feel that they appreciate what I bring to the table. So those are the people that I've been saying yes to,
Absolutely. Yeah. And you
you
truly
know?
been loyal to me. And I appreciate
Yes.
you. I
Yes.
appreciate you. Yes.
Yes. So again, do I regret September? No, I don't. Because one, there were yeses that I wanted to do. So
Mm-hmm.
these were legitimate yeses,
Mm-hmm.
right? And again, I got two more shows coming up, and these are also yeses. What the outcome of these shows are going to be, I don't know, because we can't predict the future. But
Absolutely.
again, these are yeses these are yeses that I feel comfortable with saying yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if the outcomes are not so great, okay, lesson learned. You just learn your lesson and you
And
move on and you
absolutely.
adjust,
Absolutely.
move accordingly.
And so after these shows, do you think you're going to take the rest of this year to just
Oh,
say,
absolutely. I'm
I,
off. No, I'm off. Oh, I'm off, baby.
I'm going to just be
Oh,
loyal to myself, enjoy my family, enjoy my chickens, and
yep.
enjoy my peace?
Yep. And even next year, I'm gonna be even more stringent with it. I'm gonna be, so again, for those people who may ask for things next year, if I say no, don't take it personal.
She already said it here.
I'm gonna
She
say
already,
it here, don't take it personal, y'all. I'm literally about to do another shift.
yeah. Yeah.
Because there's things that I want to do. There's things
Mm-hmm.
that I want to experience. There are things that I want to see that do not revolve around, um, ooh, I'm moving my leg. Ooh,
We're
hey,
going to close it up in a minute. We got
yeah.
2 more. Yeah.
There's things that I want to do and experience and see that have nothing to do with modeling, that have nothing to do with photo shoots, that have nothing. No.
And
Now,
since that's
mhm.
one thing, this was my second cruise. And when my daughter in law gifted me with this cruise, I was like, yeah, I was so super excited. And for one, like I said, it was just hanging out with her.
Oof.
But two, I vowed to myself that I would no longer be in bondage
Right.
to people anymore.
Yeah,
I'm only going to be in bondage to myself.
that
And
is
so
correct.
for me, when I did this cruise, I was like, yes, Lord. And then when I was out on the water, I was like, yes, Lord.
Seeing the
You
beauty
know,
of God and the majesticness
and
of his,
girl,
oh
let
my
me
God,
tell
yeah.
you. And me and my daughter-in-law, we was just like, this is beautiful. We're in the middle of nowhere. Like, you don't even know what part of the ocean you're in. But and she had our cabin had the balcony, and
Oh,
just
nice.
to be on the water to say, this is all God. Man can't even duplicate this. And then, and I was looking at the boat and I was like, and he gives the people the knowledge like he did,
Yeah.
Noah. And here's this big, just huge ship. And everybody on there is enjoying it. And then I said, I promised myself, I'm going to start seeing the world.
Amen.
Even if I have to see the world by myself.
Yes. Yes.
Because when we continue to wait for people and be like, do you want to go? Do you not want to go? And then that's when your life start being dependent on who wants to go, who don't want to go.
That part.
So this cruise made me realize that even if I don't travel with my daughter-in-law, I'll travel by myself
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be okay. Because like you, there are things that I want to see in the world.
Yes.
And God didn't put me here just to say, oh, well, I want you to just be here in the United States.
Or North Carolina, because
Right. Yeah. Right.
I mean, there's some people that, let's say, put it to them, I've never been to New York.
No.
you
No.
know I mean, I grew up in the joint, but
Yeah.
but to give you a bucket list, I want to go to Vegas, never been to Vegas. I want to go to California,
Yeah.
never been to
Girl,
California.
listen, next time I go to
Shit.
California, you can go with me because listen, and this is the thing. My oldest son live in California. There
Oh, he
is
does.
nothing that, yeah, he lives in San Diego. There is nothing that I won't do. If I have a long, like, week or whatever, I'll be like, I'm gone. And people be like, you go? Yes, I am gone. And then to be out and see people enjoying their lives. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you know?
Yeah.
And so,
I
like,
want to.
and I'm
Yeah.
going to Vegas. Listen, I'm going to Vegas next month, girl. I am
Good
going,
for you. Oh my God, I can't wait to see the pictures.
girl. Yeah, and then like I said, in December, me and my daughter-in-law are going on another cruise. We doing Royal Caribbean. I never been on that ship, but yeah. And so she was like, "Mama," she was like, this ship gonna be kind of bougie. She was like, "I think you'll like it." Okay, well, we're gonna have a good time, but just to enjoy life with her, is a beautiful thing. And my youngest son, he was like, oh, there y'all go. But it's just beautiful. And like now, when I made up in my mind that I'm gonna start doing it, it just feels good. It's like
Right.
I be thinking like, what's the next place I want to go? I'd be at work and I'd be like, okay, what's the next place I gotta go?
And
But
it gives you something to look forward to. I'm not knocking these shows or anything like
oh
that. That's not
no,
what I'm
it's just that
saying.
you want to
But
see
there's so
more.
much
There's
more
more.
to life than
Yes.
what is. You know what I'm saying?
And
There's
it
so
doesn't
much
have to
more.
be the shows. It's just there's much more to life than you just doing the same ordinary thing. And I'm not saying that because I traveled, even before I went on a cruise. But I'm saying there is more to life than you just sitting and just doing everyday stuff. Live a little. Live a little. Even if you don't do nothing, but like you said, go to Wilmington, go to Maryland, go somewhere. Do
Go out,
something, go
see.
to the mountains, go somewhere
Yes.
that you never thought you would do. And that's me. I'm in a season now of being 58 or trying stuff that I never think that I would do.
Yep. I
But
mean, prime example, right? For our anniversary, my husband took me horseback riding. Now, I've ridden horses, but that was such a long time ago when I was young,
right,
right? Right. PJ doesn't really like, and put it this way, when PJ once the chickens got bigger, he stopped picking them up. Okay. All right. So, but anywho, point is, he took me horseback riding, and he put himself in a position that he wasn't comfortable in, right?
right,
And we had the best, and I'm gonna speak like a third grader. We had the bestest time ever. Okay, we had the bestest time ever. You
Yeah.
know, he bought obviously the bigger package, so we got to have we went on this fucking 2 hour horse ride. We sat and picnic with the fucking horses, and
Right.
the owner oh my god, I can't remember her name. It's called Broke, was it Brokeback Farms? Oh my gosh, she was great, and I can't remember her name right now. But they're right in Raleigh, off of Leesville Road, Exit 7.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, if you guys ever have the money, try it. Go out. She has beautiful horses, very clean stables,
Mhm.
everything. But let me tell you, we had a time. A
That
time
is
was had,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
did we pop bottles? No, it was a simple
Yes.
Saturday morning. We got there at 11, obviously signed our life away in waivers and shit. But we had the best time with these horses.
Mhm.
And of course, I'm an animal lover. So, of course, I'm talking to the horses and all this shit.
And you
And
you
then,
was in your element, but like you
yeah,
said, he stepped out of his element to be uncomfortable, but it was
to
worth
give
it.
me
And that's
something
just
I
like,
wanted.
yeah. So if y'all ever get a chance, go to the Poconos.
The
And so
Poconos,
yes, and so they have, when JT and I first got married, we didn't do a honeymoon, so we went a week later. And so you can get these all exclusive package, girl. Like, we had a sauna in our room, we had a pool in our room. You can just go out in your room, get right in the pool, right in your own private room.
girl, I
and
wish. I
and
will.
like I said, it's in Pennsylvania. It's called the Poconos. They have different they have kids, family resort, and then they have adults, and it's just wonderful. And we just like did that, and like, it's so much to do, but we have to put ourselves out there, especially if you're married. And like me, I'm not married,
But you
not
can,
in a
again,
relationship,
that doesn't mean you still can't
and
do
so I
that.
do these things now by myself, and I'm enjoying them. I'm so enjoying life. I am so enjoying life, girl. Like,
Yes, and note to the viewers or the people that watch this video, step out of, I think we covered this because we've talked so many times on so many
yes,
things. Step out of your comfort zone, people.
yes.
And in the discomfort is where you grow. And I say that because, I can use modeling as an example. I never saw myself as that, and all those things.
Mhm,
Gave it a
mhm.
try. I think I'm okay. The
Right,
photo
right.
shoots and the magazines, and
Mhm, mhm.
and here I am, filming movies, and now I'm fucking showcasing. Like, none of this shit was planned, y'all.
Yeah, yeah,
None of it. I'm gonna say it again. None of this shit was planned. Step out of your comfort
yeah.
zone.
Step out,
Follow
step
joy.
out.
If something
Yes,
so- like if something sounds like fun, try it. Now,
try it.
again, I'm going to say this: if you have the discernment, do it with discernment, right? Because,
Absolutely,
again,
absolutely.
in following joy, and obviously, but of course, I was not a healed person, right? In the midst
Mhm.
of following joy, I've made a lot of mistakes and I fucked up, right?
Right,
But it still
right,
doesn't take away from the different things that I've experienced in my life following joy.
right.
Step out and do it. And Donna lets me be me. Don't give a fuck about nobody else. Okay? Don't
No,
give a fuck
girl,
about what
let me tell
nobody's
you,
gonna say.
and I just want to say, you truly
Don't give a rat's
helped
ass.
me.
Do they pay your bills? No.
You truly helped me too, sis, to be more bold than I used to be, whether you know it or not. Like, because I'm enjoying things by myself. Like, they have this little overlooking the golf course. So somebody magically just thought of have refurbishing a train. It has upper deck, lower deck, and made it into like this bar, right?
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
it overlooks the golf course here in Pinehurst. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. One day I got off from work, I came home, and I was like, you're going. I came home
Mhm.
and I just put on a simple little dress, nothing fancy. And I went. And when I tell you, that was like liberating for me, because I went, because I've been wanting to go. So I'm like, I'm going to go. And when I went, I met some cool people, and so, like, I am learning, and I've started to do a lot of things by myself, and I'm
Mhm.
good with that. I am so good with that because when I want to do it, I can't just say, "Oh, well, Karina, do you want to go?" And you'll be like, "No, I don't want to go."
No. And
And
then now
then
you
I'll be
don't
like,
go.
"Okay, well, I'm not gonna go." I can no longer do that because there are things I want to see, I want to do, and if I have to do them by myself, then
Do it. Do
I'm
it,
gonna do them by
people.
myself because I
If I,
want to live this life. I want to live my best life. Like, and it ain't all about, a party. It's all about traveling, seeing the world. This is a big world we live in. And so why are we limiting ourselves to what we know? Because it's comfortable.
right, we talked about that too. The
Why?
familiar,
Why are
not
we being
wanting to
comfortable?
grow. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to be comfortable anymore because when you be comfortable, you're gonna stay stuck. You're gonna only do what you know. And then at the end, you're like, wow. Hmm.
You can miss out on so much. Like again, as I said earlier, in the journey of joy, I fucked up
Yes.
bad, right? And I'll say this again to your listeners and viewers. But had I not fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have the knowledge and the discernment that I now have.
Yeah.
And also to also discover more of me.
Yes.
And that's still not the end, because it's okay.
It's
i
okay.
am I am not the same Karina. Let's say I've
You
evolved so
have,
much, and
sis.
there's so much more, and there's so
Have.
much more
Yes.
to do. There's so many more layers of me,
Yes.
and I know that there's so many more layers of of you guys. There's so
Yes.
much more.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to unravel those layers, because again, I'll give you a good example. My mother hates that I'm fucking modeling. My mother makes fun of me all the time, mocking me, and not in a good way, right?
Right.
If I
Right.
were to listen to my mother, then I wouldn't be modeling, or I wouldn't be doing, but then again, I wouldn't have been on stage again, because I used to do theater in high school. I would
Right.
have never stepped, because again, every experience or every person that I've met has been a stepping stone to the next
Mm-hmm.
journey,
Mm-hmm.
right? So had you listened to that one person, you would have missed out on all these other things that that I'm now experiencing, right?
Yeah.
So, and sometimes, and even in therapy, that's where I've I'm learning to, I'm gonna say, give myself more grace in the mistakes.
Yeah.
Because remember, I told you I almost lost my marriage behind this shit, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in some cases, he was right, and in some cases, I was right. But one
Right.
of the things that he didn't get, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, "But babe, if I didn't do this,
Mm-hmm.
or had I listened to you here,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't be here."
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
even though the in between wasn't always great, look,
Absolutely.
right, look where we are now. So
Mm-hmm.
from point A and B, the in between wasn't always pretty or great, right? It came with a lot of strongholds and a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
again, because again, people like to paint things that are perfect, and PJ and I have been together for it'll be 27 years next month, and I have been married to this man for 22 years, and it is
Wow.
not easy. It is not easy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then to live your authentic self,
Mm-hmm.
because because there's another thing. There are marriages that have staying power, but the people within that marriage have not been able to be their full authentic selves in that marriage, and they stay in that marriage out of habit or
Mm-hmm.
fear, right?
Yeah.
Fear of, not being alone, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
again, it's not black and white. There's so many. The
Absolutely.
gray area is huge.
Mm-hmm.
But to
Mm-hmm.
be able to be in my relationship and in my marriage and in my friendship with my husband this long, and to be able to be this fucking authentic,
Girl,
my
yes.
fuck ups. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it again. To be this fucking authentic in my fuck
Yes.
ups.
Yeah. Yeah. And you both giving each other grace.
The
Mm.
But again, it wasn't always great. That's where the blessing is. That is where
Yeah.
God has
Yes,
blessed me
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
tremendously, to be able. And again, I don't want to just use marriage as a reason. I'm saying, if you are able to have a friend
Yes.
where you, again, where you can be completely authentic in, and again, in your journey, because again, we met in 98, here we are 2025. I am not the same person.
You're not. You're
And
not.
to be able to grow and go through, the life's ups and fucking downs with a, whether it's a friend or a
Yeah, like I'm
spouse.
gonna tell you, my friends done seen me at the bottom, in the middle, upside down, twisted up, and when they still love you, then like because for so long you try to be something else, and it costs too much. It
Child.
costs too much to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," and that's just like
Hmm.
my book. People didn't even have no idea. My mom didn't even know half of the stuff I went through. And so that's why I tell people, like, now I am truly who I am, and I still mess up. I still have shortcomings, but one thing I have learned to do is give myself grace
Grace.
and say, you know what? You got this. Pick yourself back up, start over. Wherever I fall, I just pick myself up and say, okay, you got to do better. I don't need people to tell me I got to do better, because I'm hard on myself,
Right.
and say, you got to do better. And so we have to live our life so intentional that we're growing and not just standing
And
still.
just standing still, right. And I
We
feel that going through life with those people, right, of course we cannot hold them as idols because they are not God. but
know.
to me but to me, they're the ultimate, um what's the word I'm looking for, they're the ultimate uh proof of God's love for
Mm-hmm,
me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
that's how I know God loves me,
Yeah.
because he has put people in my life that love
Mm-hmm.
me through it all.
Do it all. And
And
stay
then,
solid. And stay
yeah,
solid and
and
loyal.
yes, and though, and as I'm, using the discernment and weaving through the leaves and
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
branches, and
mm-hmm.
then really figuring out who are my roots, it's just, again, it's God everywhere. God is everywhere, even in the shitty fucking parts, okay? Yo.
He'll
And
show up every time, even if
he's
it's
so,
just that little light and you see him. You know?
yo,
Yeah.
he is everywhere. So again, I don't hold these people as idols because they're not God, but I know
Right.
that God loves me because of these people. And
Yeah.
then now that he's showing me who these people are, right, then
Mm-hmm.
that's how you then become more loyal to these other
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely.
And it just gives you this peace of mind that you
Mm-hmm.
can be your authentic self, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, to me, as again, I'm a rhythm lifestyle, right? One day I could be fucking in an uproar, bitching about what's happening, let's say, in the world, or I could be in an uproar about, let's say, the kids or my marriage or
Mm-hmm.
what, and I'm able to then go to that person and just be,
Yes. Yeah.
and just be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is a gift. That is a
Yeah.
gift of God, that you are able to have, those people around
Absolutely.
you where you can be
Absolutely.
yourself around.
Yeah.
And I would love to be that for people. I just cannot be that for everyone.
Absolutely.
And I thought
Absolutely.
that that's what I had to do, is to
Mm-hmm.
be that
Mm-hmm.
for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it came at a price. So
Absolutely.
now you like you said, you fall, you pick yourself up,
Yep.
no matter how long it
Absolutely.
takes
Yes.
you. You pick yourself up, whether you're still crying while you're up, right? You just go out, try something new. Don't be
Absolutely.
afraid to
Absolutely.
just to again step out of your comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know what's on the other end of that.
You do not, and for me, you just don't know people. Like, we're so used to our people. You
Hmm.
know, what's in your bubble? What's in your bubble? But it doesn't mean you're out here trying to build new friendships at this age. But if those happen, that's wonderful. But you're
Right.
getting to see other people in a different light. Like, don't go to the same place that you would go. Go to something different. Go
Hmm.
to a museum, or go somewhere that you've never been before, just
Hmm.
because the experience. Because I went to a art gallery here in Moore County. Had no idea it
Hmm.
was here. And I only
Oh
went because
wow.
I had my client. it was so amazing to see the amazing artwork. And then one of the artists that let us in, she turned around and gave me a stack of her cards as like little gift notes.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow. And so had I not been, then I wouldn't have known, and so you have to put yourself out there. You can't just be like, I don't like it, I don't want to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
How do you
To
know?
live in fear. Yeah. Don't live in fear. I always say, try always something once if you can.
Once.
Again,
And
using discernment here.
then you can say you don't like it. That's just like we tell our children, oh, I don't like broccoli, I don't like this. How do you know you don't like it until you try it? You just might realize, oh, I really
And
don't
on
like
that note,
this.
I never like haunted houses, right?
Right.
So my friend Penny put me onto Woods of Terror. Now we go every year, right? I'm trying to convince my husband to go. Okay. He's like, nah, I
Well,
ain't fucking going. I'm not gonna be with my family.
I'm
Blah,
on
blah,
him
blah.
on that one. Yeah, I
So
haven't.
yo,
And
but
I might try to go. Just like I went to Florida, and my son we was talking about roller coasters. I was like, I ain't never rode a roller coaster in my life, But who knows? That might be something that I might try. And then they had this water obstacle course, and I was like, oh, I might want to try that. So I am allowing myself
to live.
to be open to these things, because one or two things going to happen. I'm going to enjoy it, or I just found out that that's just not for me.
Right. You could say, yeah, that was fun, but never again. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
never.
right, right.
And again, there's nothing like experiences. And through experiences is how you learn. Through experiences is how you become more knowledgeable of the world.
And of
Again, good or
yourself.
bad, good or bad. But yo,
Absolutely,
I'm over here
absolutely.
trying to convince him to go to Woods of Terror. I was like, come on, P, come on. He's like, no,
He's
no.
gonna go with you. I promise you. You
But next
listen,
year,
and
I
if
already
he
went this
go,
year.
I need you to text, inbox me, and be like, yeah, he went, because he gonna go.
Not this
He is
year. Not
going
this
to.
year.
He's gonna go. But I hope your back feel good. It's always
Thank
good
you.
to chat it up. Listen, sis. So I got nominated for a Woman of Excellence Award, a Royal Award in South
Congratulations.
Carolina. I'm like, yes. And then I am now community property partnership for Brafe. Yeah. So like I'm just like, I stay in
Just
my
living.
lane. I stay in my lane. But it's always good to chat it up with you. Hopefully we get to see each other in person soon.
Yeah, yeah. Again, if you don't, I'm always here, baby. And again, we just got to live life, man.
And that's what I'm gonna do. But like I said, I'll be in Vegas Thanksgiving weekend. And
Good for
then
you.
soon as I come back from Vegas, then I'll be getting ready
Back on
to
another
go
cruise.
back on the
Shoot.
cruise with my daughter-in-law
Good for you.
and live it up. Listen, I done start by my bathing suits, girl. I be cute. And I'm so enjoying this stage of my life. Like this season of my life, I'm really learning to embrace who I am.
It's isn't it wonderful when you have something to look forward to?
Girl, yes. And so, but I'm good. But I love you.
I love you.
Take care of those chickens. Or so
Yeah, I gotta go
Milo.
check to see. I gotta go outside and check to see who in Tarnations did not go in, because again they sit there out there, and again some of them want to go in, some of them don't. They be acting like they don't.
Well,
Oh,
I love you, and like we'll see each other again so we can
yes,
chat
ma'am.
again. I love you.
I love you more.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to Hot Topics with Donna, with my sister Karina. Excuse me. Listen, guys, share our content. I just want to say thank you. If you or you know someone to want to be on our platform, all you have to do is reach out to us and we can make that happen. And remember, here on Hot Topics, we interview ordinary people doing extraordinary things in their lives, excuse me, in their community. And with that being said, I love you. Have a great